Jerry Leviton, I'm super excited that you're here with me. And today's conversation, we're going to call this our digital sales tip of the week. Yeah, maybe even
this is of the century. This is the digital sales tip of the century.
We'll call this of the century, almost as big as our crowd at Dreamforce, which was huge. So I'm excited to have you because not only did you join our Vengreso advisory board, right, but you also are a sales thought leader, best-selling author. You've been crazy successful as having your own sales training company. And you and I were talking about old school versus new school types of concepts. Old school being the old school prospecting, right? Dial for dollars, pound away on email, get out to the networking events. And then I talked to you a bit about new school, which is, hey, old school is still alive, but there's this whole other world that lives out there. And you started talking about going to a party without pants. So let's talk about this party without pants.
You liked it, and now you're on a boat.
And now I'm on the boat. By the way, if you see me moving a little bit, be careful. I had to throw on the shirt. Underneath, I'm not wearing anything.
See, exactly. So
a party without pants. So let's talk about that.
That's it. I mean, I was so excited to join your board of Vengreso for many reasons, but my real aha after knowing you and working with you, the truth is at first I thought LinkedIn was like, it's a boring Facebook. Like, who needs it? It's just like, why would I waste my time? I have other things to do, like go to boats without pants or something like that, right? But no, seriously, what I realized after working with you, working with your team, listening to your podcasts, being more involved with you, is that LinkedIn, the new way of selling, is no different than the old way of going to a party, going to a networking event. It's just you get to do it without pants. And I want to talk about the 5 rules of LinkedIn that are the same as the old school selling of going to a party. And the reason I say without pants is it's the dream, right? We get to network and socialize on LinkedIn in our sweatpants for girls and their Lululemons. We get to, work from home and meet all of these people. But what occurred to me, Mario, is the same rules of networking at a business event apply to networking online on LinkedIn.
I love the concept. I agree with you. What are those rules?
Number 1, let me ask you a question. Let's say now you're a guy, I don't know if it's the same, but I'd love to know. You get invited to this fabulous networking event. Very cool people are going to be there. You're excited. What's the first thing you think about? And I'll tell you what the first thing a girl thinks about.
Well, I think I can guess what the first thing a girl's thinking about. But what I think about is who's going to take care of my kids? And then I might think, what shoes am I going to wear? But maybe a woman might think of, what am I going to wear? I don't know. You tell me.
Well, and again, I don't mean to generalize, but very often, we get invited to an event and we think, I want to present myself in a certain way. I want to look good. I want to look professional. Gosh, I think I'm going to wear that new outfit that actually makes me look skinny. That's a good idea, whatever it is, you and your shoes. So the first thing that we have to remember, and on our LinkedIn profiles, what does it look like to the world? And I was fortunate enough to work with one of your team members, and she helped revamp my LinkedIn. My engagement soared, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's the first thing we have to think about with a party without pants is, what do I look like? What does my LinkedIn profile look like? Is it attractive? And am I displaying myself to the world in the way that I want to be seen?
Yeah, your brand.
Your brand, absolutely.
Yeah. And so people don't necessarily, they're not looking at your clothes, but they're looking at what brand you represent online. So similar to your rule, I think what you're saying is you could show up to the party and people can make some judgments and or look at you and say, snazzy dresser, I want to go talk to him or not, right? Or obnoxious, don't want to be around him or not, right? Or her, right?
Absolutely.
Or they look at your online digital footprint and they're like, it's calling me. Okay, this is their brand. This is their clothes, if you would.
Yeah, and it needs to match your personality. That doesn't mean everybody wears a business suit. Maybe your brand is more business casual, or you're a jeans and a coat guy, and then your digital brand needs to reflect that on your LinkedIn profile. So the first rule of a party without pants is, do I look good? And is my internal brand reflected in my LinkedIn profile? And Vengreso is great at doing just that.